Hello dear traders, Petar.jacimovic here. I wanted to post the update on the euro versus US dollar. This is something which, I spoke also on my thread, and I alerted you that I'm basically bearish on my position trading, and I'm still holding my bearish position. And I want to update it, what I'm expecting that we are into some key levels, watching the distribution analysis and price, the market profile. And I want to alert you that I'm basically bearish. I'm bearish from 1.6875. So I'm bearish from this area, around this zone. But since I'm a position trader, this is not a big threat, and we are on the key level. But I want to alert you that that you see that it won't be always right, that you must understand why you're in, and you must have a good understanding and good risk control every time. But let's back here and see actually why the price potentially stopped from going higher, and actually price stopped going higher from this zone 1.1760 and 1.1765. It's because it's a very interesting, and I want to post this. So what we see here basically is that there is a strong point of control. So basically this was like a few weeks ago when we got the big downward pressure. Actually, for that week we got that this was the weekly profile, and this was a strong point of control. The reason why the price stopped here, because maybe some of the smart money started to do more selling on this upward movement, because again there is a lot of participants in this business, and there is a lot of different reasons why they're in the market. There is a hedgers, there is a position traders, there is a trend traders, a lot of different aspects of trading, and there is also syndicate trading and so on. So hedgers basically start, they hedge on the higher prices, and they sell when the price is going higher. Basically, potentially they actually saw there's strong distribution point of control, the biggest peak here in this distribution area, and that can be a strong sign of the resistance, especially when we know that there is basically in the last few weeks the value basically shifted lower and the point of control shifted lower. So now if you basically you must understand that market makers and syndicate traders and so on, they must trap the crowd before they reveal their next steps. On another way, basically what happened here is basically one price went into the upward correction, and let's say more deeper than expected, because the price basically started, if you check this low and check this high, basically price went from low to high almost 220-30 pips, and that basically clean, in my opinion, this is enough to clean most of the crowd out of the game. And I won't be surprised if I see that some large sell block orders coming into the market in the next period. That can be tomorrow or in a few days, but I won't be surprised if I see that these large players, which include hedge funds, which include syndicate traders and institutional traders and trend traders, they basically start to and use this upward correction to unload the more selling positions, So from perspective position trader, I'm still keeping my position. This is the area where I entered my sell position, around 75, 76. Okay, I'm in minus at this moment. I'm in minus 67 pips. But as I said, I have the reasons why I'm bearish, and reasons are very, very oriented on the fundamental and technical picture. And I have my stop loss in the place and my risk control. So even if the price go higher, I would not like to see the price go above 1.1800. and break that round number, it will actually open the door for new higher prices, and that can be area where I will actually, you know, potentially cut my loss and take the loss basically on this currency pair. Now the pound is actually doing still good job, and I'm in plus on the pound about 400 pips. You know, backing few weeks ago when I entered my sell position. Euro for now is actually went. This was the basically caused by many. Today we got GDP in Germany went actually good. So basically the crowd saw this opportunity to buy on an intraday perspective. But from the perspective of position trading, this can be a good area for potential reselling. And I want to alert you about this, that this is a strong point of control and we have a selling tail in D period. If you see, this is about 3 prints selling tail, which is holding for now successfully. So if the price basically try to go and close in the value, and if price close, you know, and well of the high, this can be a very good sign of the weakness in the further in the next period, and that can result of further lower prices. On the other side, if the price breaks this selling tail and continue higher and break 1.1800, that's going to be an indication that there is a more and more demand from crowd, which can produce a higher prices. For now, this is a critical area basically according to the market profile to actually see what will happen. Indications of this low and of this reaction here, this low is actually very weak, and it's not looking strong at all. In my opinion, the position traders are still bearish. Now, they will use these higher prices just to actually sell more. I speak about the hedge, the hedgers, you know, the participants, the institutions which are actually here to hedge their risk on the forex, because mostly forex is used by large institutions for hedging purpose, actually to diversify their portfolios on the way they use the currency market, you know, for their diversification. So basically, most of the largest, biggest players in this business using forex for hedging purpose, actually to hedge their risk. Now, these higher prices may cause the hedgers to actually sell more on the way up. But again, you must have your levels where you don't want to accept anymore. And in my opinion, that can be a level about 1.28 or 1.1800 that can actually mark that something actually changed. Doesn't matter what, that you need to start to look to exit your positions above 1.1800. Now, if you check this is about the profile, and if you check this as well, there's a lot of anomalies on this upward moment. There is also single print here. That's true, but there is also a lot of anomalies, and it seems like a point of control basically is right now at the low of this day, which is here. You know, it seems like we got a lot of anomalies, and again, this point of control is from last week, is still uncontested, so we get a naked point of control. So that can be a task for the next period on this currency pair for the downside, 1.1595. That can be a task for the retest in the next period. Again, depend what will happen this week. If we go to the future chart, we can basically see that there is no buying pressure today. Even you see the price is going higher. This indicates basically there is no professional interest of the higher prices. Now, it doesn't mean that price will stop immediately here and price cannot go a little more higher or something. It can stop because we got also strong resistance, as we saw. But this represents there is no professional interest from the buyers. There is no institutional money involved in this, which actually leads us that this may be only crowd extended move during you know, because of this past news events, you know, and they went to buy. But the smart money can weigh them and can sell into them and maybe trap them very, very strongly by building a large sell block orders, and maybe even cover all of this moment in the next till the end of the week. Basically, now if the price go and cover all of this upward moment and go lower and take this weekly low, that can lead basically to further lower prices and potential big trap basically for buyers for this week. Okay. Now, this is approach that you should do every time. This approach when I establish the, when we start a project and so on from next year, I teach you from basic to advanced how you basically, this is just one part of that process. So you must always be ready for any kind of situation basically, and must accept loss if you're wrong. So, that's one of the major parts in professional trading. You need to accept the loss. You will have the losses from time to time, and you need to accept them and cut once you see that there is clearly something changed in your position, and you cannot longer hold that position. So now we'll wait to see how the day will finish. There is I think 6 hours left till end of the New York session, and we'll see how the price will react, and if we back and finish day well of the high, if the price back 20-30 pips, and finish here, that's going to be a big sign of weakness. So depend how we'll finish, and if this deep area hold like a selling tail, that can be a potential weakness for the next day, tomorrow. Okay, that's what I wanted to let you know here about the euro, and that we got a demand again today, but that was caused, in my opinion, because of these events we got in the GDP for Germany and so on, today. So we will see how that will play. Again, just want to let you know about that. So we'll see how that will develop. You see here on the you see the volume here. It's a very low volume. Okay, let's say very low. It's lower than the previous few days, and one of the lowest in the past 20 days. And look at the price. There is actually no professional interest of the higher prices, but price can still go higher. Don't get me wrong. Just there is no professionals involved in this bullish moment, as we see in the volume on the futures market. That'll be all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also feel free to leave a comment there. Also, if you're interested in the mentorship program, you can contact me privately on my Skype. I will put a Skype username in the description of the video, so you can basically contact me, and then we can speak more about, and I can tell you more about mentorship program and how you can start. Bye bye for now. Take care and trade safe.